Hey everybody, we missed Lab Friday. I was traveling yesterday. As you can see, we're in London, England. Big Ben and Parliament's behind me. So we're going to do Lab Saturday. Today we're talking about progesterone. So let's get into it. So both men and women make progesterone. An easy way to understand how estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone kind of work together is we look at estrogen and testosterone as like a gas pedal, and progesterone is your brake. Now, the problem comes in when you have this high estrogen, like in xenoestrogens or say PCOS or PMDD, that you have this high estrogen or estradiol, it actually suppresses your progesterone. So in those conditions, what happens is that you have this really strong gas pedal. It's just pushing on the gas heavier and heavier and heavier, and you don't have any brakes. So when we like to treat, especially in women, we really want to make sure that we don't, if we have this high estrogen, to really treat with progesterone so it balances out those hormones. So progesterone in women, we really want to make sure that when we treat women with progesterone, we want to evaluate them on different ways. One is through symptoms. What symptoms is the woman having? Are they having night sweats? Are they having brain fog? Are they having difficulty sleeping? Are they having kind of mood swings certain times of the month? So we really want to treat them based on their symptoms, but we also want to get labs. When we look at labs for women for low progesterone, we want to do it if they're in pre or perimenopause. Let's get their cycling during their cycle between days 19 and 23. This is when your progesterone is going to be at your highest. And when we see that, we really want it to be above 10. But just because your progesterone is above 10, it could be 11, 12, 15. If you're having symptoms of low progesterone, you still want to treat those symptoms because we really treat symptoms, not just lab values. Labs are more or less a confirmation. So when we treat with progesterone in women, we really treat those symptoms. That's how we evaluate it. So men do produce progesterone also, just in a lot smaller amounts than women. It does help with sperm production and testosterone production in the testicles, but it also has systemic effects where it helps with respiratory, cardiovascular, neuroprotective effects against Alzheimer's and dementia. So as men, we do use progesterone and do make progesterone, but in very small amounts. We don't really test for progesterone in men unless it's indicated. A man that has ADHD, high anxiety, they have that high gas pedal going on, with high testosterone, estradiol. We kind of maybe can look at that and see, okay, is your progesterone low? But we actually treat with a medication called pregnenolone, which can metabolize down into progesterone, but it's not utilized that often. And I'll talk about pregnenolone on a different day. So with men, we evaluate more symptoms of that high gas pedal with them and then treat accordingly. But we really don't look at progesterone nearly as heavily as with men as we do with women. So both men and women make progesterone, but we really treat more women with progesterone than we do with men. So if you feel you have symptoms of low progesterone, talk to a qualified provider that knows how to evaluate you and your labs and can treat you accordingly. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And I want to go enjoy London. Have a good day.